You have selected shuffle.
Welcome to the ShufflePod. I'm Woody.
OH.
I-O!
Fuck you both. Fuck you both. And I'm DJ.
That was a good game.
I missed the entire game. I worked by all day. I worked from 3 a.m. till 5:30 p.m.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
It was a rough day. Just pushing milk.
Ugh. Cold?
Oh, freezing. Just
Okay.
cold.
Okay, good. Because as I say, because you go to push the cart and your hand goes through and it's just warm milk runs down your arm and actually will coagulate in your armpit. If you have like a little skin fold right there, it will. I've known it.
Been there. Done that. So besides work,
Yeah,
what'd you
that's
do?
Yeah, it was a long, long day. Yeah, how was your guys' holiday? How was Thanksgiving for you?
Mine was good. Yeah,
It was
went
really
over to my
good,
parents'
man.
house.
I had a good time.
Good.
Where'd you go?
I just went over to my parents' house. My sister was in town. My wife and kids and everything. We just hung out over there Thanksgiving and then the day after until my sister went home. I don't know. We just hung out. It was nice.
I saw on Bookface. Your wife made a vegetarian casserole. What's that consist of?
Oh, I don't know
say
what was in it.
vegetables. Don't just be like vegetables.
There was like biscuits in it and cheese, and then there was like I don't know, just different vegetables, as I'm not supposed to say.
You know what would
I
be
don't know.
better? What would make that better is probably like turkey stuffed in it or something.
Yeah, a little turkey.
I mean, you got the base.
Sausage.
The base is good. I made turkey soup because I had cooked all the turkey for the family and stuff, and I made a turkey vegetable soup last night, which was it was basically to die for. And I'm just
take
saying,
your word
it was
for
good.
it.
Oh, it's so good. You like turkey soup, Woody?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've been big into soups lately. I love soup, so turkey soup, chicken soup, any kind of chowders. Oh,
I feel like I'm talking to
crazy.
Bubba Gump right now.
Yeah. I was gonna say, my God, we sound old. I'll tell you what
Turkey
I like.
soup,
It's just
vegetable soup.
pretty much because my teeth hurt so bad. I like anything pureed. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So you did all the cooking, George?
I did the turkey and stuff. Yeah, I usually try to do the turkey every year.
Oh, okay. Do you have it at your place now, or do you take it to your mom's?
Yeah, for Jamie's side of the family, I have it at our house.
Okay, yeah.
And
We
then,
had it at ours too.
And then we do, I saw your wife had put on Facebook, if anybody needed a place to go, they could go to your house, which was pretty. How many vagrants did you guys get?
I was
Just-
wondering that.
Yeah. It was. They came in and they just showed us. She said I had to let them in. Just.
They had to show
I know.
the mobile phone face
Yes.
with the
Yeah.
invite
So
on
they
it.
had to have at least enough money to have a smartphone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
smart.
Well,
But thanks to Obama, everybody's got a phone.
Yeah.
oh my God, am I right?
Speaking of that,
not
like
mine.
this summer, I was real busy, just going places with the family and stuff like that. And I ran into my neighbor who lives behind me, and he's like, haven't seen you in a while. I said, oh, yes, I've been pretty busy and that. And he goes, I thought Obama took your house. And I'm like,
What?
What?
Why would Obama take your house? I mean, it's a nice house, don't get me wrong. But I don't believe that Barack Obama would have taken your house.
I don't know if he was trying to say he thought my house got foreclosed on or something because I haven't been there or whatever. But
Wow.
yeah, I don't know. I
Some
don't know.
people.
And it definitely wasn't Trump took your house. It was Obama,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because, that's what he does. He gives away phones and takes houses.
Yep.
Right.
You had to pay for those phones somehow. That's how
I think what he
pays
was
for 'em.
really trying to tell me was I need to cut my grass more. I think that was the thing. I haven't been around so much. It looks like my house is empty because my grass hasn't been cut. Because he's out there 3 times a week cutting his grass.
That's what it was.
He kind of sounds like a douchebag.
He's a nice guy, but he just loves to cut his grass. I don't know if he's just trying to get away
Well,
from his
tell
family.
him, tell him that if he loves it that much, to just keep driving over and cut yours.
Yeah, right.
I'll
Yeah.
give you
While you're at
$5
it.
a week, sir. $5 a week.
Well,
Even
this
use
is
your
the guy.
mower. You have a nice
I'm-
mower.
In the summertime, I'll buy him a 36 pack of beer, and then during the winter he plows my driveway out with his 4-wheeler.
Nice.
So yeah,
Can't beat that.
need to extend
Where do you
that
find
into cutting the grass too.
What's his brand? What's he drink? Bud Light?
Bush.
Okay, I like Bush too.
He's a man
so
of
yeah, he's got a
impeccable
good taste. He's a good taste in beer, I can tell you that.
You remember that George and I used to go to this buffalo dinner all the time every year, and one year I won a paper cutout, like a giant paper cutout of a deer, but it was like made out of like Bush cases, like that was the design on it.
Hunter orange
classy.
camo cases.
Yeah,
That's
and
classy.
that's who I gave it to. I gave it to him. He loved it. He thought it was the greatest thing ever.
Wow.
So, and the worst part about it was while we were there, somebody offered me like $40 for it, and I was like, no, this is my prize, you know.
I have won at that buffalo dinner. Since Woody's like my rabbit's foot, my lucky rabbit's foot, because since he's been going, I won a gym membership, which I traded.
Yeah.
You'll see a pattern here. Yeah, you'll see a pattern here. I won a Mick Ultra mountain bike, which I thought was probably the world's cruelest joke ever. I'm like, why would you give a fat guy a Mick Ultra bike, you know? And so I sold that. And then Woody won that American flag bike. You remember that?
Yep. Yeah. That was before I had a kid, and I ended up selling that before we even left that dinner.
Yeah, and I've won coolers and stuff like that. Just an amazing amount of stuff.
But the elusive cooler with a radio in it, he's wanted that every year.
Yeah.
And never.
And
never
I want that more than my kid. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they've got like a 4-wheeler, like a $5,000 4-wheeler up there, and George is like, I don't fuck the 4-wheeler. I want the cooler with the radio in it.
Yeah, and the thing is I did have a soft-sided cooler with a radio in it that turned kind of into a chair that my brother may or may not have left at our house, and it was kind of overrated. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't as good as I had anticipated.
Yeah, because
honestly, that was kind of a
there...
big thing before, like, cell phone. But now, like, you could just flip on Pandora on your phone.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. When do you ever, like, turn the radio on?
Well, I listen to the radio, like, I see what you did there. Okay, you're talking about old-fashioned radio.
Right.
Like today's top 40 hits.
Yeah, I don't think that thing was Bluetooth enabled, the radio built into that.
No, God, no. Those hillbillies had no idea what Bluetooth is. All they know is black tooth. When my tooth turned black, then it fell out of my head.
It turned black.
Yeah. There's not too many things that'll turn my stomach quicker than when somebody smiles and they have a black tooth.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a cruddy black on the top. It's black from the inside out.
Yeah, all the way through. Just rotted.
Yep. Not a fan, boys. Not a fan.
Woody, I did a little something else over Thanksgiving.
What's that?
This podcast that we listen to, Woody and I listen to a Star Trek podcast, and I'm a member of the Facebook group. Mm-hmm. And somebody had the ingenious idea of, I don't know, there's like a website they do it through. It's a gift exchange, like a Secret Santa almost, where you sign up for it. You read the rules first, make sure you're good for it. You sign up for it, and then they pair you off with somebody, give you their name and address, and you buy them like a $15 Star Trek gift and mail it to them.
And you signed up for it?
Hell yes, I got my match today. I'm going to Toys Time Forgotten, Canal Fulton, as soon as we're done with this.
Oh, I
Dude,
love that
is
place.
a really good idea, man.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's a
$15
$15 thing. I'll just go pick something out and be good to go.
Yeah, I think you're going to have a hard time finding something for $15 at that store, though.
No, I've been in there a few times. You can get little guys and stuff for it. 15, 20 bucks. The Target's 15. I'm not going to go much over that. The guy I'm sending to is in California.
You can get like little guys, but not like at people like 5'11" and above, or
right. 5'6" and above.
Yeah.
I also have a couple things here, Star Trek things here that I could always, if I can't find anything at all, I could always ship out.
Yeah, that's true.
That's within the rules. If you have any cool Star Trek toys, you could always do that.
So on your Secret Santa, are you going to put from your Secret Santa, a.k.a. I'm a host of the ShufflePod that likes Star Trek?
Oh my God, I'm going to throw in ShufflePod stickers.
Yeah, I was going to say there better be stickers in that envelope, too.
I should just send him a fucking machete.
That's actually not bad. And
Three of
I'm
them
still
for $15.
I'm still game. You can get 3, and I'm still game for if people want to sign up on Patreon, we'll send you a machete.
Yeah, we'll add the machete to any tier, not the dollar tier.
Hey, you know what? After 4 months or 5 months, they'll get one.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
So, what's your favorite thing about Thanksgiving?
Watching football.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's the food.
Well, what's your favorite food?
God, I love stuffing. Just right out of the bird's ass. I just love it. I love it.
See, now I don't stuff my bird, and you like eating the stuffing out of the bird's ass, like just with a spoon. You just
I'll
fingers,
pick at it and
fist.
Yeah, get my fingers in there. And just
Woody's throwing the shocker on the bird.
Yep.
His wife's like, "What are
you
doing?
don't stuff your turkey?"
He's like, 2 for the pink, 1 for the stink. What's that?
You don't stuff your turkey?
No. I think because the stuffing gets all like not moist is the wrong word. It gets all. It's like an Adobe paste.
Yeah, I don't know.
From the drippings and stuff. I don't like that.
You gotta be careful. You can't as you're basting the bird. You can't put that over the stuffing. You gotta let it just seep through the bird into the stuffing, and it'll stay nice. And
I just do the stuffing on top of the stove, and you're good to go.
Yeah, hey,
I like stovetop stuffing. What can I say? I mean, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, but you're wrong.
I have no opinion on this.
Yeah. You don't eat stuffing either?
I don't even think they make it. I don't know. I don't even pay any attention.
Huh.
Yeah, our worlds are so different when it comes to that. That's all I'm about is the food and on Thanksgiving. I just love it.
I don't know.
Love it too. I love the nap after my big meal.
I mean, with Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff, it's my family, so it's not a big deal. But I saw this great thing on Facebook, and it said, "What I picture when I hear potluck dinner." And it was a cat on a stove stirring a pot with its paw. It's like, I hate eating other people's food. I don't mind eating my mom's and my sister's food, or obviously my wife's, but I don't like when a whole bunch of people, like my parents have a picnic every summer and all the neighbors bring stuff. I don't eat anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I need a shuffle update here. Did you end up getting your red velvet cake?
Me?
Did she make you? Yeah,
Yes.
Did she make you red velvet cake last weekend?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I did.
You son of a bitch. The honeymoon's not over,
That's
is
fantastic.
it? Man.
Yeah.
That is some good stuff.
So what'd you ask for this week? Anything?
No,
Are
I
you
forgot.
not
She
pushing
already
your
went
luck?
grocery shopping. She's there right now, and I forgot to say anything.
Yeah.
Now, is it is it a whole cake that she makes?
Yeah, it was a cake.
Jesus Christ.
She made me
like a big ass round cake or like a sheet style cake?
Sheet. It was.
Does she?
I don't know.
Does she put icing on it?
Yeah, it's red
Oh,
velvet.
you got
gotta do
to
that
put
cream
icing,
cheese
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know, 10, 11 inches long by about 7, 8 inches wide.
That's what I tell my wife.
Yeah. She's not buying it, though.
No.
So this week, we had talked about we were going to do a show on the pros and cons of late-term abortion. And we decided George had a dream this morning. And George, go ahead. Fill us into this dream.
It was on... I'm sorry. It was on...
George's take on late-term abortion is it's hilarious.
It was on... the pros and cons... Oh, my God. Now I'm saying the pros and cons. Basically, it got me... Thanksgiving and stuff got me thinking about introducing species and plants and stuff that are not indigenous to the area that you live in, or that the area that... from another area in the world to Australia or whatever, that kind of thing.
Invasive
And I say
species.
Australia because pretty much anything in that place could kill you. So,
Yeah.
Right.
but the thing it got me and I don't even know. I mean, literally, it was just as I was waking up, and I had this dream about, me going, "Hey guys, should we talk about this instead of blah 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 blah?" And everybody's like, "Yeah," So I don't know. We haven't even actually prepared a ton for this, and by
Not
a
at
ton,
all.
I mean more than hey, Woody, do you know any indigenous species that might be dangerous? And he goes, oh, yeah, there's the great horny toad of Alliance, Ohio. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I figured we could talk about that, and if DJ thinks Michigan will play in the Outback Bowl this year.
Oh, I hate you
so let's
much.
go right ahead, and Woody, OH.
I-O!
All right, let's get this show started here.
God,
Boy. So when your dream was about invasive species. Like,
Yeah.
what do you know about that?
Like, basically, and the first thing that I thought of was I remember my dad telling me about the zebra mussels. Okay,
I remember as a kid, Lake Erie. Yeah,
and that was like this huge talk. Well, we were up in the St. Lawrence. Okay, I'll digress and I'll explain. A zebra mussel is this little dinky, basically like a clam. Okay, but they're real small, and they attach themselves to like rocks that are underneath the water, and they eat the algae. Okay. What they did was they would attach themselves to the hulls of these ships from the ocean, and they would go through the St. Lawrence River, and they would then, from the St. Lawrence River, since that's the St. Lawrence Seaway, it passages to the Great Lakes and stuff. Well, these things would attach themselves to the hulls of the ship. They would fall off in the various fresh bodies of water, and they would just completely clean out all of the algae and the moss that grows on the rocks underneath the water. So it would take like a murky lake and make it look clear as a bell. Okay, and so basically what would happen was they found out that the bluegill absolutely loved eating zebra mussels, and this is since how they've gotten rid of a lot of the zebra mussels, and I'll explain that in a sec. But anyways, what happened was they completely changed the structures of lakes, which impacted probably, like the fish's breeding, habits and stuff like that, because every fish has an instinct to spawn in a certain type of, water and a certain temperature and stuff like that. Like bluegills will sit on their beds, but they'll always go into the sand with their, it's nerd stuff. But so anyways, these zebra mussels would clean everything, and they would multiply like crazy. Like you would look down, I remember being at Lake Chautauqua, and you would look down, and where, like 5 years prior, you couldn't see the bottom rocks. You would see all these rocks, and they were just like filled with zebra mussels on every single rock, and they would just sit there and just feed everything. And it was crazy. And a lot of the lakes around the Great Lakes got impacted by it too, because of someone would take their boat out of Lake Erie, take it down to Chautauqua or take it to Lake Superior and stuff like that. And that's how they got.
Do you think it was you that introduced them to Chautauqua?
I went swimming in Lake Erie once, and I did have some on my body hair, and I probably had zebra mussel or that Amazonian fish that probably swam up my penis that had
the pee hole.
Yeah, that had a zebra mussel attached to the back of it, and I probably peed in the lake, and then all of a sudden, bam, 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 they're introduced to Chautauqua.
But here's the problem with zebra mussels: zebra mussels are filter feeders, like any mollusk is. So they're eating the phytoplankton, which is like this
is off the top of his head, folks.
I was gonna say this is no research.
Yeah, this is some nerd shit right here.
So they're eating the phytoplankton, which is like the vegetative form of plankton. You've got zooplankton, which is like little animals, and phytoplankton, which is like plant-based kind of plankton. So they're eating that. Then the zooplankton doesn't have anything to eat because the zooplankton eats the phytoplankton, and then it goes right up the food chain until there's not enough food for the walleye and the perch and the bass and that. And that's what they were really worried about with that. But yeah, like you said, the bluegill absolutely loved zebra mussels.
And that's how they've combated it.
What?
That's how they started combating the zebra mussels, was they introduced more panfish into the lakes. And they would feed and clean them out. Lake Erie also had the remember the gobies that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They were they're originally a saltwater fish, and they would I guess like they would get. It was when boats would what is it called, ballast? Is that how they do it? Where they blow water out? That's how they would get the zebra mussels and these gobies and stuff, like the eggs. They would blow their ballasts out once they hit I think it was the fresh water. Is that how it works, Woody?
I'm not sure about.
I think it does, but I remember my dad telling me about it. And this is how, like, gobies and stuff were introduced. Well, the gobies are those weird... They got weird-ass looking heads. Yeah, they're like the Klingon of the fish family.
Yeah, that's very close, yeah. They look like... Remember Blinky from The Simpsons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that brown with only 2 eyes. That's kind of what they look like.
Okay.
And there was a thing where...
I like the Klingon reference myself, but...
Yeah, well, you know, it's what we do. It's I just did the Spock thing just... because I thought it was Klingon. I apologize. Yeah. They would do the ODNR, the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, would say if you caught a goby in Lake Erie, just cut its head off and throw it back or kill it, you know, because they were just totally destroying. What they would do was they would go by and eat all the walleye eggs, right, Woody? Is that what they said they did? They just started just wiping out, and Lake Erie is known for walleye and perch.
So did you just like put a black hood in your boat whenever you caught a goby? You just put it on, laid it down, and was like.
My dad and I would go out there like on a large like barge. We would just row, and we'd go goby go. Go.
You have an axe in a black hood.
Yeah, and we would basically, just go after the gobies, and I would punch them because I loved punching them in their boneheads, and you could just their eyes would and stuff. Yeah, it was good stuff.
PETA.
Goby go. Go.
Yeah, it used to be the sheephead that everybody hated in Lake Erie, and now it's the goby.
What is the fish that's been up in that river by Chicago? I don't even know what river it is. And they're moving into Lake Michigan. They jump out of the boats and hit.
Talking about Asian carp.
Yes, Asian carp. And they found out that the vibration of motors, like boat motors, made these things jump out of the water. There's been people that have died from getting hit in the face by these 40-pound fish and stuff.
Yeah, at least they're not getting their heads cut off from it.
Well, that's true. You could be a goby,
Fish are striking back.
Yeah, they are.
Word is spread quickly underwater.
They're like,
these motherfuckers are cutting their heads off.
When you hear the boat jump out of the water,
they're like
you may hit one of them. Then they're like feet on.
They're like they're like the infantry soldiers.
Yeah, let's go, boys.
That's the fish you see on America's Funniest Home Video all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I guess I saw a show on it a long time ago. I might not have this all right, but they did something at the base there of Lake Michigan where that river... What river is it right there?
The Mississippi River,
Does
right?
anybody know? Is it? Does it go from Lake Michigan?
Whatever
it is.
Or is it the Ohio River?
Geography.
I think it's the Ohio River. Because they were in the Ohio River big time.
No, I don't think it's... Oh, whatever it is. They put some kind of electrical field, like a wire under the water, and it made some kind of magnetic field. And that was what was stopping the fish. But it doesn't go all the time. Like power outages and stuff will stop it. So fish are getting into Lake Michigan.
Oh, so that was like trying to keep them from getting into the lake.
Yeah.
It's like Trump's wall, trying to keep the Mexicans out.
Right.
Oh, shit.
That's ridiculous.
But all this is a lot like... have you guys ever heard of the cane toad in Australia?
No.
Okay,
no, sir.
Australia had a big problem with cane beetles, and
did they?
They were just like, I'm sorry.
What were cane beetles? What are they?
It was just a beetle that was just devastating their crops.
Oh, it wasn't like poisonous like everything else in Australia.
No,
it was the one thing that wasn't poisonous,
and they want to get rid of it.
And the only thing that really one of the only things they found that actually like eats these cane beetles is the cane toad. and it wasn't what's the word I'm looking for? Indigenous to Australia. Yeah, it wasn't native to Australia, and so they brought them in and let them loose, and the cane toads just were like, well, there's so much more stuff to eat here that's better than the beetles, so, and their populations just exploded. The problem with the cane toads is they've got these poison sacs on their back, just like everything else.
It's kind of like my crotch. It's like my crotch.
Poison sacs.
Just, I got 2 poison sacs, and they create children.
So all these snakes. So all these snakes that keep like rodents down and frogs and things like that were dying from trying to eat these cane toads because they're poisonous, and now the mice have just gone. The population of mice has just gone insane because their predator is knocked out by these toads that were brought in to fight these beetles, which won't even eat the beetles because they have other stuff to eat.
Now, has any of these species that they introduce into new areas, it'll get rid of this, has that ever worked out?
I don't know.
I mean, it seems like, this kills that. Let's ship them in here, without 2 seconds of thought, and then
but
it's
we
how
always
every
hear about
movie on sci-fi.
We're always going to hear about the bad stuff that happens. You're not going to hear about the successul time that happens.
That is a good point. I guess it doesn't make the news.
No.
I know.
What?
I know. Okay.
Let's talk
I know
about
they brought
NAFTA.
they brought camels into Australia because they're like a soft hoofed mammal. So their feet don't tear up the ground and things like that. But and that worked out real well as opposed to like horses. Horses wouldn't. I guess for some reason they don't want the dirt all turned up and that I guess So
the one that jumps out at me, and it wasn't like anything introduced on purpose, is the python problem in Florida.
Oh, in Florida?
It's from pets.
Everglades?
Yeah, it's from people getting a pet, realizing, oh shit, this is getting way too big for me to keep in my house. I'm just gonna go drive over to the swamp and throw it out, And they have absolutely just gone crazy down there.
Well, in some lakes, they've had problems with the people throwing piranhas away.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yep. Have you ever seen
That's how gobies are born.
Have you ever seen that show River Monsters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see his episode on piranhas? He filled up like a kid's pool with water and put a school of piranha in there, and then got in.
Yeah, they don't hurt you.
They stayed as far away from him as possible.
Yeah. They don't really hurt you. It's kind of myth.
So like piranhas, like you keep hearing all these stories about a cow wanders into a stream
in 2 minutes, or a cow. What is it in
Right.
a cow?
It was a
That was
cow,
always
yeah.
the big thing at school. They'd tell you they can skeletize a cow in 2 minutes. I'm like, 2?
Yeah, it's not
Fuck.
true.
Yeah, I don't think they're really that bad. But the pythons are they pythons down there?
Yeah, pythons and
My
boas,
anaconda don't
constrictors.
want none unless you got buns, hun.
Damn
One of those.
Right. They have actual hunting seasons for them now. They open up. I don't know how long they do it for, but they open up hunting season on pythons now to try to get rid of them.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They have like contests and.
I always thought it was overblown. I'm like, how many people are actually releasing their pets out into the Everglades?
Well, not a lot anymore, but I guess it was fairly common practice, and there's no predators down there for them, so they absolutely just exploded. Nothing eats them.
Wow.
That's
Alligators
freaking
don't eat 'em?
insane.
They get too big.
Wow.
Alligators like, whoa, F that.
Well,
I'm
did you
not
ever see
touching that.
I know everybody's seen this picture of the snake that tried to eat the alligator, the python.
Is that real?
It is. There's multiple pictures of it.
Yeah.
Yep. With the alligator like clawed through or like burst right out of the side of the snake, and the alligator are dead.
Before my wife and I were married, we went down to Florida to go on a cruise. George, you were there. It was but before we go into the cruise, we decided we were going to take this this alligator tour of the Everglades.
Oh, the airboat.
So
those are fun.
Yeah. So like everybody gets on the airboat. We were kind of like the last in line, so we were down on the very bottom row of seats, and this guy's, he's going along, and he's showing us these little alligators, about 4 or 5 foot alligators and stuff, and then he's like, okay, I'm going to take you where the big ones are. And we're like, all right, so he takes us over, and before he gets to like this real big wide open stretch of the river or lake or whatever it is, he pulls off to the side, and there's these wild pigs, and he's feeding them dog food, right? And they're coming right up to the side of the airboat. And as this is happening, I would say 3 feet from my wife's leg, this gigantic alligator comes sliding up into the boat, like closer and closer, and she's scared. She's petrified. She can't move. She can't talk. She's just sitting there like, oh my God, like not saying anything. And I look over and I'm like, holy shit. And like in my head I'm like, if this thing grabbed her, there's nothing I could do. Like, I'm not even going to try to grab for her because I don't want to get pulled in.
You're a good looking dude.
Right.
You can find another wife.
Absolutely.
And
we weren't married.
The marriage
we weren't
was
married
brand
at the
new.
time. What's that?
The marriage was brand new. You can always get another wife.
We weren't even married. We weren't even engaged at that point.
Oh, well, hell.
Yeah, she was absolutely disposable.
Weren't you like pushing her like towards the thing?
Well, no. So like I turned around to the guy that was on the other side of the boat, feeding the pigs, and I was like, dude, and he's like, oh, and he turns around, he's got this big long I think it was
it's an alligator poking stick.
Yeah, pretty much, but I think it was a broom handle.
Okay.
That's the technical term.
He reached over, smacked it on the nose, and it just slid back down into the water. But it got within a foot of her leg.
Here's my theory about this. You told me this story a long time ago. My theory on this is, in that area where they always go, they overfeed the living shit out of those things.
They're not allowed to feed the alligators. So, like, what they do is he'll take a piece of fishing line with a hook on the end of it and put a little piece of the dog food on there and throw it out into the water and say, oh, I'm fishing. And since I'm fishing, I'm going to chum the waters. So he'll take a handful of dog food and throw it out into the waters, and all the alligators come up.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think they overfeed them, so they're not going to go after a human. So I think that's like...
No, they've got the taste of dog food now.
Yeah, they don't have the taste of human meat.
Yeah,
It's a delicious taste of human meat.
The taste of human meat turns their stomach. They're like, oh no. When
people
I can
get
eat
attacked by
kibbles,
alligators all the time. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it happens. Look at that kid at Disney World.
Yeah, it happens, but I'm saying, like, I think since that's a busy spot for their business, I think they overfeed the alligators so they don't attack.
no, you're
He
probably
was looking
right.
for food. I mean, that's why he was going up into the boat, because he wanted the guy to give him some food.
Right.
Instead, he got a fucking broomstick aside the head.
Bam!
Get down, Al. He goes, get down, Mr. Crocodile. Whapa, whapa. He's
That's
like,
a diet
Mr.
plan.
Alligator.
Every time I go
Don't
to eat, my
snap
wife
at
just
me.
smacks me with a broomstick.
So
Yeah.
then after
She's like,
that,
no
the
red
guys,
velvet.
I want red velvet. Ow!
back to the basement.
She's got a poking stick. And this is my vegetarian poking stick. I ain't got no red velvet.
So after this, like that whole incident, the guy starts showing off like how good of a boat driver he is, and he's starting to do like tricks, like spin
That's
outs
not
in the
what
water.
you want out of an airboat.
And
Captain.
yeah, I'm like, you just said that this is where the large alligators were, and you're doing tricks. Like no, just I want to go back.
Fear is priceless. Now you're getting your
Exactly.
money's worth.
Fear
If you
sells.
basically, he's like, you know what? I like scaring the ladies, and that's what he does. Ain't nothing get me off work bigger than a woman's scream. What? Yeah. Well, I personally think we've covered we've run the full gamut with 3 species of things on this episode. So at the
Well, okay. Well, one more thing I wanted to talk about.
Okay, go ahead.
Is when like people that own like smaller lakes and that, they try to clean the lakes up. They'll throw a bunch of carp in there to eat up all the grass and try and clean the lake up a little bit, and then the carp just go wild. Like they always overbreed, and then they then the people then they're having carp contests just to try and pull them out of the lake. Like, why don't they neuter the fish before
they
they
don't
put
have
them into
balls.
How do you neuter a fish?
It's chemically. You can chemically neuter fish.
Castrate.
Chemically castrate. I guess. Yeah. That's what part the
that's not neutering them,
Division
right?
of Wildlife does.
Ah, well, I would imagine. I mean, how many carp are you talking about? Let's say like you have a small pond or something. How many carp are you talking about that you're going to introduce?
Say you introduce, I don't know,
Say
30,000,
30,000.
3 to 5.
Oh, okay. I grossly over.
But the thing is they start to breed, and before
They're not
you
going to
know
breed
it,
at all if you're chemically castrating. But what
that's
I'm
what
saying
I'm saying.
is,
So if you do chemically castrate them, say you put 15 of them in there.
okay, how much does that cost to chemically castrate them? That's where I was getting at. Is like that's a procedure you have to do on every fish, right? Or do you put them in a type of water that has it in there?
Yeah, I think you introduce it into the water. Like you put them in a tank, you introduce the chemical into the tank, and then it's done.
Oh, okay.
And this is how Woody's using carp. Don't get him wrong. He's using these carp to push his agenda on birth control.
Well, this was his exact argument about the late-term abortions.
Yep.
No, it wasn't.
Give women
Jesus
baths with
Christ.
chemicals in it.
You just no. All right.
maybe it wasn't.
I am not owning that. That is not mine. I didn't come up with that.
And that's it. Guys, that was fun today. We made it 39 minutes into the show before we brought up our fictional show again. So that's incredible.
Yeah, we really didn't plan on that show.
No.
Now we might.
All right. Well, I don't know. I think we covered it pretty good. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I think it was fun.
Well, I'll tell you
Even
what.
if we didn't cover it.
We're like Wikipedia.
Well, I mean, we touched on, and you know what? I can honestly tell you, I never opened up Wikipedia. I just talked off the knowledge I had in my brain and in my heart. So
Yeah, me too. You just gave this idea to us 2 minutes before we started the show.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
Coin over
and
the
it
phrase
was,
Shufflepedia.
and I
I
thank
like
the
it.
Sandman. I thank the Sandman for allowing me to have that dream. And this is probably how we should do shows from now on. Like I'll be like, "Hey guys, I had a dream about chemical carp neutering," and then Woody will be like, "Okay,
that's a fantastic band name.
It is.
chemical
Not as
carp
good as
neutering."
Chemical Carp.
Chemical Carp is a pretty damn good band name. I'm not gonna lie, that's not bad.
How about Chemical Harp?
Yeah. Chemical Carp. Play that.
All right. Oh, I already put it away.
All right, boys. Until next time.
He pointed at me like it was my turn to play. It's already away.
And yeah, all right, boys. Hey, Woody, tell them how they can get a hold of us. Then we'll get out of here.
All right, guys. If you want to reach us, just go to our page. It's theshufflepod.com. From there, you can email us. You can check out our Twitter or Facebook pages. If you want to support the show for as little as a quarter a show,
what?
there's a button on there.
Quarter a
And
show?
It's all done through Patreon. So
That's a hell of a deal.
it is.
Help Woody. If the more Patreon people we get, the more he can chemically neuter carp. So help him out. This is one of the things he's passionate about. We're actually trying to raise enough money that we can get like Sally Struthers or one of those kids that we can have the flies crawl across their eye and they can cry and stuff. And then Woody can be like, for only $1 a day, you can chemically neuter a carp. All right, boys. Until next week, I'll see you guys
This
later.
isn't $1 a day. This is a quarter a show.
Oh, I apologize.
And
$1
you'll
a
eventually
month.
get a machete.
And eventually, you'll
if,
eventually
if
get a
they
machete.
if they actually just kick it up a notch, we'll send them a machete. Okay. So,
Here's the thing about the base level dollar. Like, we have drawings where we just send. We'll pick a name out of one of our Patreons, and we'll just send them stuff.
yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you're a $10 subscriber or a $1 subscriber. You're in that drawing,
Right.
So sign up, help us
yeah.
out.
Ask my mother. She's gotten tons of stuff from us. All right, boys.
All right,
Until
guys.
next week. Take care.
All right, bye.
I literally rolled out of bed. I haven't pooped or anything yet.